Hey, hi guys. This is Mohammad Rafi Sheikh, and in this video, we're going to learn about self-hosted agent, and this agent will be on Azure cloud. You can also have this VM locally, but it is good to have your own VM, dedicated VM, so that you can build and publish your releases based on your pipeline timelines and the time it takes. So let's dive into the subject directly. So what I'm going to talk in this session today is um, we will create one VM, a cloud VM on Azure, and we are gonna configure the agent to your cloud agent to your project configuration. That is the agent configuration, and then you create your build artifact and publish your project to the cloud VM. How we are going to do that, we're going to see here. So let me just mm, mm, mm. Okay, so let me just open up the Azure portal here. Here I'm using a free tier account. However, I have exhausted my credits, so I'm on to pay-as-you-go model. You might be knowing the difference. Once you are done with your credits, you have to pay as you utilize the resources on cloud. Let me just enter the ID here. Okay. Mm -mm -mm -mm. First, we need to create a resource group. Before that, guys, let me just explain you what we are going to achieve. So, this is your cloud VM, and this will be acting as an agent, right? And after which, what else we have? Usually, we build an artifact and how do we do that? Using Azure Microsoft hosted pipelines agent, right? Usually. So here instead we use this, we're going to use this agent to build our artifacts. And once we do that, we are going to deploy to an web app service. let's say this is a web app service, right? We're going to deploy this. This is not good. Where is it? Okay. And also, after deploying this HTML project, we are going to build and use this agent, VM Cloud agent, that is this, to build our artifact and deploy into this web service. Clear? And after which, what we're going to do, this is point number 1, right? And point number 2 is we're going to deploy the same as a default website on this VM agent. So that is the objective of this session. So let's see. Okay, let me first create a resource group. Okay. Let me mark it as everything in Japan East. Review and create. Create. Okay. Now, first thing is we have to create one virtual machine. Let's go and create one. I've created one resource group, guys, here. So the intention of this creating resource group is I will be creating all the assets and resources with this resource group. After creating this, I'm gonna flush this resource group and it will delete all of the related assets and resources that I have created during this session. So that is the idea. So just put it as some name. So let's copy and note somewhere that is this is our VM1. This is my username. Japanese availability zone. No infrastructure events required. And let me take 2019 Windows Server. So username, you can put it as anything. So I'm just virtual machine name, and this is the username. Test at 1234. Test at 1234. Okay. You have to you can use this, or you can also not use AG. Just review and create. Create. Okay, it takes some time, guys. Deploy this VM. Meanwhile, let's create an app service. Just find for app service. Create Azure app service 1 TechStack.net 7 STX Java review and create. Create. The VM is getting created and the app service as well. Meanwhile, let's open the organization's portal. Okay, let's go inside. And this is the project. Okay, this our app service is ready. Go to resource. And when you click on browse, this is our web URL. You can also click on browse. So here in repos, I have this project, right? What we can do, this is a sample project, guys. That is a release agent HTML project. What I'm gonna do, see, this is the app service. When I clicked on browse, it is the default web page content from Azure for the app service. And what we're gonna deploy is HTML page content from this code, right? Let me open Visual Studio Code, just a minute. This is the HTML project that we're going to publish, and it is already published to the Azure repo that we have here. Once we deploy this HTML project, you will see this content. For example, just remember Medi Plus, free medical and doctor directory HTML template. My name is there. So this project is already, if you say this index.html, you will see the same content. See, this I just pushed it. I think I don't need to explain how do we are going to push it. Just have to map this remote branch and just push it, and you will see the repository has been updated with your all code content, right? Once you're done that, now our app service is ready. Let's see. Yeah, our VM is also ready. Just go to resource and copy this address and do mstsc and open and give this VM connect, and the username and password is this. More choices, different account, and just give the username and password of the VM that you have created. Why it's not taking up? Okay, password is wrong. We have appended. So give the right username and password and click on OK. Click on yes. Now you're trying to open up the VM, or we can say it as spin up the VM for the configuration we have created on the VM, right? So the first thing we need to do is we need to do some settings here. Let it take some time, and let us go to the Appserivce is ready. This is our default page, and this is our repository. Now, it is still loading. Okay, what we're going to do here, let me explain. We're going to have one build artifact here, one pipeline to build the HTML project, right? We need to first build the artifact, and for that we need an agent. Usually we use Microsoft pipelines as an agent that is taken care from Microsoft side. We're going to use our own VM that we have created as an agent now. How do we going to do that? We're going to see now. So for that, we are on the VM now. Click on add roles. It is still taking time. The steps here is, firstly, you have to install the web server here from this roles and features, and you need to configure this VM as an agent for your Azure so that it establishes a connection between your VM to your Azure cloud account. So click here, go next, role-based, feature-based installation, next, and then this is our web server, right? Add this, next, 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 install. Okay, it is gonna take some time again. Let me go to the concept explanation here. What we're gonna do, we're gonna create a new pipeline. Take the classic editor, and our project is on Azure repos. So this is my project name, and continue. Take the empty job. Okay, here we're trying to build an artifact. So if you see here, this agent is using Microsoft Azure pipelines. So we do not want to use this. We have to use our own hosted agent. Okay, let's say you have a VM and it is on premise, or you have your own machine. You want to configure it as self-hosted agent. And let me explain you why we need to do this. Just search for Microsoft self-hosted agent. Microsoft hosted agent, Azure. And just search for capabilities and limitations. If you see this, guys, for Microsoft hosted agents, these are the limitations. For private project, you can only use up to 60 minutes each time. So each parallel job maximum time is 60 minutes. Let's say you have a lot of build artifacts and the agent might take more than 60 minutes. So your job is going to fail. And for a public project, you're going to have 360 minutes. And there is some disk space issues also. So it only provides 10 GB of storage. So that's why you need to have your dedicated agent to take care of your artifacts and releases. Here, I'll explain this, but let me just go to VM and see. Okay, this is completed, right? Now, just take this IP and open up. See guys, here there is nothing. It is just the IIS default website content that is displayed. Now what we're going to do is we're going to deploy the web HTML project onto this app service and also onto this IIS service that is the default website for the VM. So there are two things here. To deploy the artifact from here to this website, we're going to use this VM as an agent. How? We will see. And after that, the second approach is we're going to deploy directly this build artifact to this IIS page, that is this. So let's see the first approach here. Go to your deployment groups, leave, create a new deployment group, that is Rafi DG1, deployment group 1, create. And this is the Windows or Linux agent that you have to register. So this is the code. Just copy script to the clipboard and go to your VM and go to your PowerShell as administrator, more administrator. Just paste this content, guys, and click on enter. Now what we're trying to do here is we're trying to configure this VM as an agent to your Azure cloud account. So there are some steps here to do. Let's see. Whatever I'm trying to do here, you can practice using your free tier account. So Azure free tier comes every month for 200 credits as a free. But if you want to register, but you have to register every month with a different credit card and phone number, etc. But that is a tedious job. So you can just go for pay as you go, and the bill would be minimal as you use it. Okay, it is asking for deployment group tags for agent. You can just click simply click no. We don't use that. So successfully added the agent and service SID type unstructured. You can click no. Yes, we are going to use this anti-authority system, granting file permissions to the system. And finally, immediately prevent service starting MLE. No. Okay, guys, your agent is ready. See, it is saying that in C drive, Azure agent A1, it has created the folder structure. See, this is my VM, right? When I go to C drive, agent, and A1, this is my work directory for this VM. Now in the work folder, you see nothing right here. Once we deploy to this app service using this agent, you will see the build artifacts here. But when you use the Microsoft Azure pipelines, you're not going to see anything because it is serverless. It is going to take everything from own control. But here you can see the artifacts that are going to be created. So now we have configured the agent. Let's go back and build an artifact. New pipeline, classic editor, and this is all clear. Continue, empty job. Here you have to delete this because we're not going to use Azure pipelines. You have to add Oh, add an agent job here. We're gonna oh, we're gonna see the build artifact, right? Okay, let's go back. What is missing? Let me edit this. Edit. Okay. Okay. What we have to do, we have to use an agent and then first build the artifact. Okay, you can see this. Let me just do that for you. Just go to build pipeline, new pipeline, editor, and continue, empty job. Okay, where is it? Where is it? Yeah, this one. So just select the pipeline. Specification as Windows, latest, and nothing. Here we are gonna copy files and publish artifact add. So we need this to be done. So we're going to copy and create a artifact and push it to the drop folder here. So target folder is this. And nothing here. Just save. So give the name as test CI. Save. You can just queue it. Don't need to queue it. Let's see. Let's go to let's queue it once and see. So the agent is running. It is trying to pick an agent. Okay. It is checking the Azure artifact. I mean the repo. Copying the files. Publish the artifacts. Okay. Now, if you see one artifact has been produced, if you click on it, this is our drop. This is our code, right? This is the static web content that we're going to deploy. Now go to your releases. Just click on, you can create a release. Where is it? Release? Yeah, release. And new release pipeline, empty job. Just make it as dev, close, mark it as test CI release. Add an artifact from where from your project source, and this is my test CI that I have created right just before. Just select it, and you can enable this. Now, what are my tasks? Here, you have to create a deployment group job because we're not going to use VM for this release process. So we are using VM for the release process as a release agent. Okay, in this session, we're not going to use build agent for the VM. We're going to use release agent for the VM that we created. So let me delete this. Just click here, add deployment group job, and deployment group job is Rafi DG1. If you remember, in releases, we have created this. Okay, and now save. Just click on plus. Now what you have to do, Appserivce deployment, right? Appserivce deploy here. Go here, Azure Resource Manager, my subscription, and web app and Windows, Appserivce name. If you remember, this is the Appserivce 1, the Appserivce 1 that I have created. See here? So I pick that and package to folder, package or folder, what you want to deploy. This one, right? This .ci build artifact, the drop. Select and save. Okay. Now release these guys, or you can also just go to, just give me a second, let me just do the changes, and there you will see all the changes starting from VS Code to the build artifact and build artifact to the releases pipeline, and the code will be published to the web app service. Let me just open up VS Code and configure Git. Okay, so let me just do some changes. Here Rafi, right? Let me write Rafi Mohammed Sheikh. So this is a code change, right, guys? Just click on Control S, File, Save. Go to your Git bash and see what has been changed. See, there is a change in the index.html file, which is this, right? Now git commit added a change in index.html. Git push origin to master. But I'm afraid here did we enable the pipeline? Where is it? Releases, test CR, edit. Okay, good, enabled. So let's see, it is being pushed, and now we should see something should have been triggered here. See this, guys? Tail 11 HTML project CI. Why is this been triggered? Why not this? Let me check. Okay, because it is connected to that branch repo, right? Okay, let me do it manually for now. Let me stop this, go back. If you go to releases, see this, guys, there is something that is queued. And let me just go to pipelines, test CI. Run pipeline. Let's see if this picks up, and then the release pipeline will trigger. If not, we will try to see how to fix it. Okay, good. See this, guys. Test CIR is being triggered now automatically, and release 1 is trying to deploy to the environment dev that we have created. After which you will see this website with the content from here. And once you click on this, this is the difference between the Microsoft agent pipelines and the self-hosted agents. So you can see this is our own agent that we have configured from the deployment group. And you can also go in detail and check what's happening. If you're aware of the Microsoft host pipelines, you will see the similar steps here. So we can also see in the VM. It is pretty slow. Why? I have just chosen, I think, 3.5 or 75 GB of memory for this VM. So it is going to take pretty much good time. So in the actual environment, in production or pre-prod, they'll be using a good memory VMs that will be very faster. So this is just for the testing purpose or just for the session purpose. It is saying got service connection details. Yes, it has to. Now let's go and see, guys, in the VM. If you go inside, see in the A1 work, this is the R1 release agent, and there is a folder created, and this is the artifact that has been generated and pushed to this drop folder. So this is same as your VM files. This is all the files and artifacts that you just created and pushed to as a drop. Now you are able to see this because we are doing on a self-host agent. It is not a Microsoft Azure agent, right? Now let's see what happened to the, it is still pushing the deployment. Just wait for a couple of seconds. Okay, done, guys. Just go and check this website now. Ta-da! That's it. So we have deployed the HTML project onto the app service. Clear? Now this part is done. What we have done, we have taken an HTML project. We have taken a HTML project and we build the artifact using release pipeline, that is Cloud VM agent, and we push to this web app service. Now what we're going to do, instead pushing onto the web app service, now we will see how to publish the same content onto this default VM's website. Okay, this is simple, just 2 steps, I think. Let me go to the, okay, here you see still the same website. Usually the thing is you just have to go to the server manager and then, not here, Go to IIS. So to configure your default website, usually the task would be as followed. Like you have to select the site and then add a website or just edit this website and create the content or the configuration here. Now simply add a website and put it as test. Physical path of your folder, where is it? It should be in inetpub. So this is your www root. This is how we give it, right? So instead of doing that, what we're gonna do, we're gonna edit the release pipeline. Go to releases, test CIR, edit, select this task, just delete this. Now add IIS web app manage and deploy. Now what we're trying to do on the manage.is website, website name is default, and this is the root folder, inetpub folder, and nothing to do here. Again, website name is default, package or folder is this. Just save. Okay, now simply go and create the release again. I'm not gonna do it from the build pipeline. I'll just create a release here. You will see the difference. Okay, release 2 has been created. It is in the log. Check here, guys. This is my deployment group 1. That is the release deployment group name, and you can go inside and see. After this deployment has been done, this website will be same as this content. Again, you can go inside the VM and see what's happening. See, A1 work. What R1 is doing now? It is trying to 4:47 p.m. So it is not yet released. So it is initializing the job. See, downloading the files, artifacts. Now you can see something written here. See, now it is, the timestamp has been changed. You will see the drop has been created. Okay, it is deploying now onto the website. I'm just clicking on duplicate. Okay, this is done. When I just do a duplicate, you will see, just refresh. That's it. Your job is done. You have deployed the same thing to a public IP, which is your VM IP here, right? This one. And also to a web service, web app service here. So both the approaches, we have deployed an HTML static content using a self-hosted agent, that is a VM. And I will somewhere attach this HTML project for your reference in the video description. You can also try out and feel free to reach for any questions. I'm also thinking to have some kind of a workshop on a bi-weekly or monthly basis to explain and have a QA session to clarify any questions and be live for some time based on the feasibility. Thank you guys. Take care.